Persons, photographs, and persons depicted on Fugitive Watch are presumed to be innocent unless proven guilty in a court of law.
Oh my God. Where's Scott?
I was bebopping to the intro, man. Scott's he's still with what's his name? Anthony Quinn over in Greece, trying to learn the Zorba, the Greek dance.
Hey, thanks for watching the Fugitive Watch live stream. I'm Mark Hinch, retired CHP officer, and I'm with Steve Verdeen, retired San Jose police officer and co-founder of Fugitive Watch. And you can check out Fugitive Watch at fugitive.com. And we're going to be going over some stories that we curated. I guess, Steve, first of all, everyone is innocent until proven guilty, maybe. And
Sure.
We give our reactions to these videos and what we think is going on here. Right, Steve?
That's right. We want to give our humble opinion on some of these stories.
You there?
Yeah, I'm here.
It's my end.
Okay.
All right. You can hear me again?
Yes, sir.
Sorry, guys. It's my little thing here. I can tell it's a problem. All right. You can hear me though, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I can hear you now. Okay. I'm going to start the first video here and then you'll know what it is when we get there. So actually this one's in San Jose. It's huge. It's a big deal. I got a lot to say about it. This is crazy. This footage. I'm sure you guys have seen this footage, man. Let's watch this a little bit.
Is reacting to a violent smash and grab robbery at a jewelry store. It happened just after 2 yesterday afternoon in the store on Aborn Road. Video right here posted to social media. Very disturbing, showing a car crashing into the store. And then you see right there multiple masked suspects rushing in, breaking displays, stealing jewelry. At one point, one of the suspects knocks over a man who was standing behind the counter. All of the suspects took off in several cars. No arrests have been made.
So I don't know if you saw that, but old guy's there. I was watching another story. I guess he already put the jewelry in the safe, most of the good jewelry in the safe. But watch the old guy. He's there. He's got his shirt off now at this point.
Video right here posted to social media. Very disturbing, showing a car crashing.
Yeah, push him. But I want to say, I think he
yesterday afternoon in the store on Aborn Road. Video right here posted to social media. Very disturbing, showing a car crashing into the store. And then you see right there.
Steve, I was thinking about California law. The Castle Doctrine is a Texas saying. In California, though, I was thinking about this. I think you could get away with shooting these guys as they busted that after the. This is me just thinking about. I'm not a lawyer, but after they busted the window with the car, and then he starts seeing them coming with masks, I think he legally could have took shots at them because all he has to say, and I would be, is I'm in fear for my life.
Yeah, back in the 70s, Mark, I responded to a robbery of this little Mexican grocery store over at San Antonio and 33rd Street, little pocket of unincorporated there by downtown San Jose. And this little old man, probably not much older than this gentleman here, was running his little grocery store there. And these two guys go in with masks. And they're both carrying guns, and they didn't even get a chance to say stick them up. And he pulled out a gun and shot them both right at the doorway.
And good shoot.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Good shoot.
I mean, look, I don't want no one to get hurt, and nothing's worth your life. You know, definitely this type of stuff.
That was in the 70s, so I don't know. It was a different DA back then, a different time.
Right, but I'm just saying. Look, the guy's got the pics. How did they know one of them's not going to knock him in the head with that thing? So I think he could have taken the shot. Do some of them been armed? Sure. I bet you if one shot ran out, all those guys would have ran out that door.
Oh, we've featured stories where victims have taken a shot and they all decided to turn and run.
I know, but those aren't usually California stories, though.
But this poor man, he's like almost 90 years old. You know,
Yeah.
I can't imagine, my father at 90 years old having to pull a gun out and shoot at a mob like that to protect his business. And this poor man, according to the news report, had a stroke after being knocked down. Yeah, he had a stroke. Wow. He was knocked down, had a stroke, and had to be transported to the hospital.
Oh, I didn't know that. Didn't. Oh,
Yeah,
that's too
yeah.
bad.
This could turn into, they could all be facing homicide charges if he die. If within a year he dies, and they can
It's true.
tie it to this to the stroke that he got during the robbery. They could all be facing first degree murder charges.
That's true. Steve, you can hear me okay though, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, just making sure. All right. All right, let's go on to New York City. New York, another video here, pretty shocking stuff.
Yes, this one, Mark. Again, the odds are 1,000,000 to 1. These New York City police officers happened across and on view a shooting in progress.
Is there video of this? Is there audio?
Yes, it'll kick in.
There it is.
That's fine. Right through the wheels.
So go ahead, Steve.
You're gonna see some different views. Again, like I say, these officers happen to be on routine patrol, and they on viewed a gun battle.
Oh wow!
And then
I don't see the officers yet. Are they?
Yeah, they're gonna come. They're gonna come in from the left side of the screen.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Nice.
That's fine. Right.
Do you know if they got anybody?
No, yes, yeah, you'll see on the body camera.
That's fine. 533.
I could just see someone, but he was fleeing. He was running. Explain why that's a good shoot, Steve.
That's absolutely a good shoot. I mean, the man is armed and he's posing a danger to. Obviously, he's in a gun battle. He's posing a threat to the officers and to the public.
But Steve, why don't they just shoot him in the leg?
Yeah, that is Hollywood.
I know you're getting
that's absolute Hollywood magic.
I know. No, it's a good shoot. Again, you're right. A fleeing felon. He just was involved. He's obviously the aggressor in this, and the officers in California have the authority to go ahead and take him down like that
and use deadly force. Correct.
Shots fired.
Many people think that you have to wait for the suspect to shoot at you.
Yeah, I'm glad because the other camera angle didn't show him go down.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And again, because of the internet and YouTube now, people may get the impression that these things happen all the time to officers. I mean, the odds of on viewing a gun battle while on routine patrol are just like a gazillion to 1. And it's very fortunate that these officers survived this without injury.
Okay, we're gonna move over to El Centro, California.
To their home. In the 911 call you're about to hear, addresses and names have been redacted for privacy reasons.
911, what's the emergency?
Yes, I need a cops on here on Holt Avenue. A guy just went inside my house in the backyard.
What is your address?
They're redacting the address.
Is he inside your house?
No, so we were chasing him. He's right here in. He looks Hispanic. Es hispano, ¿verdad?
About how old?
He's Hispanic. He has a brown T-shirt. ¿Qué color miras allá, Raúl? White cap.
Were you able to see if he was wearing pants or shorts? What color?
¿Qué tenía choro? ¿Qué traía, Raúl? He has a pants. I believe it's like a blue denim pants.
For our viewers who aren't familiar, El Centro is in Imperial County, California, near the Mexican border.
Another witness who followed the suspect also called police and said the suspect was armed with a gun.
911, what's Hello, 911.
Hey, the guy has a gun. The guy has a gun. No,
Hello.
We need a cops. We're on 2nd Street. 2nd Street. The guy has a gun.
Near the corner of 2nd Street and State Street, an officer saw the suspect walking down the street backwards while pointing something in his left hand. As the officer located the suspect, he radioed dispatch and was advised the suspect was reportedly armed with a gun. When the officer made contact, only 14 seconds after receiving information about a man with a gun, the suspect turned and pointed
Oh.
the object at the officer.
That's good right there.
That is when the officer-involved shooting occurred.
pretty straightforward.
In this wide-shot view from the in-car camera, you can see the suspect
Right there at that moment, it would have been, I mean, you're good to go.
Yeah.
pointing the object at witnesses, then turning
And it's back up again. He had it down, he had it up, then he put it back down, and then he brought it back up.
Yeah, when I taught at the police academy, Mark, we had an exercise we used to do with the cadets in the academy, and we would pull. We would have a gun and have the cadet facing off with us, and we'd ask him, at what point do you think you should shoot? And and we would go now, and wait. And some cadet, to see when the cadet thought that there was really appropriate to shoot or not. And you don't have to wait till the person points the gun at you, in my opinion. And that's the way
I'm
we
just
taught.
saying.
That's the way we taught.
Yeah,
that's the
right.
way we taught at the police academy.
And what I was talking about there, though, it's so clear cut.
Yes.
Pointing of the call that's coming out, the pointing of the object, whether he shoots it or not, based on everything the officer has being fed to him. That, to me, again, I'm not an attorney, that's a good shoot.
Yeah. Again, yeah, this is all our opinion.
in this wide-shot view from the in-car camera, you can see the suspect pointing the object at witnesses, then turning in a shooting stance towards the officer. This video is the same camera angle, but enlarged. Note his body stance faces up the street. Then the man turns towards the officer and raises his left hand up, pointed directly at the officer. In the officer's body-worn camera footage, the audio does not activate until 30 seconds after the camera is engaged. However, the officer immediately requested medical aid and paramedics responded. The suspect was, unfortunately, declared deceased at the scene. The witness who followed the suspect was interviewed by police and described what the suspect did. Faces have been blurred for privacy reasons.
Yo miré algo,
Algo como que,
como una pistola.
pero oscuro.
Here is a photo of the object the suspect pointed at witnesses and the officer.
What you're getting is a very transparent look at everything they have. They're laying out, this is their public disclosure. This is our transparency. Here's our body camera. Here's our car footage. Here's what they're going to present to the DA's office or the shooting review board about what happened.
Yeah, we had a shooting where some of our, in San Jose PD one year, where some officers encountered some suspects armed with guns, and they got out of the car and they were armed with guns, and they were walking away from the officers and just ignoring all the officers' commands to put the guns down and submit to arrest. And eventually the officers wound up shooting the suspects. They didn't wait for the suspects to turn or run or point the guns at them. And I think the police chief, he actually called the president of the NAACP and just walked them through the crime scene and explained to him exactly why these young men were shot.
Hey, Greg, thanks for saying hi to us, Greg.
This was before body cams. But he was trying
The witness
to,
who followed the suspect was interviewed by police
criticism.
and described what the suspect did. Faces have been blurred for privacy reasons.
Yo miré algo,
Algo como que,
como una pistola.
pero oscuro.
Here is a photo of the object the
Okay.
suspect pointed at witnesses and the officer.
So everybody, what they're doing, they're making their case because the officers assumed it was a gun, which is, it's fine because the guy's pointing it like a gun, and they showed the witness's statement to the body camera because she's saying it was a gun.
Yes.
She thought it was a gun because you know what's going to happen. If this had happened in, like, I don't know, somewhere else, Oakland. Did I say Oakland? There'd be someone say, "Oh, the cops had no reason shooting him," and sometimes witnesses will even change their initial statements, because of the narrative they want to play out in the long run. I don't think that's this lady's case. And help me out here because you know where I'm going with this.
Right, exactly. And apparently, according to this new California law, if it's a fake gun, even though it looks like a damn real gun, the suspect is considered unarmed, and it will distinguish who's going to investigate the officer involved shooting. Will the police agency involved investigate, or will the California Department of Justice investigate? And apparently, if it's a fake gun, even though it looks real, he's considered unarmed, and so the police department can't be trusted to investigate, and it has to be investigated by the Department of Justice.
But again, with the officer assuming it's real, we're all going to assume it's real.
Yeah.
Tony's right there. Bullshit. We know Tony. Yes. Hey, Tony, good to see you.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we're going to go by what the officer assumes. And again, the call and the witness. So they did a good job of showing her saying she thought it was a gun, even though it turned out to look like a bicycle seat. This is good because it gives a justification for the officer of what he did and what we all probably would have done. Any one of us officers might have done the same thing.
Yeah.
So suicide by cop, Steve, or are we looking at this, or what do we think?
It could be. It could be. We don't know. The suspect is the only one that could tell us what was in his mind, and he's no longer with us.
He's no longer here.
So we don't know. But in the academy, we used to teach. It's called the perception of danger, and we had to make sure that an officer had an appropriate perception of danger. And
is that like when we go out for drinks at the tavern?
Yeah.
Greg, where you at? Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
We love the tavern. Don't get me wrong. We're the tavern. We're going there after this. We'll be there tonight. I'll be there. No, but okay. You guys get that joke. Sorry. All right, let's move on. Let's see. We're going to go to, I don't know, Houston PD. I haven't looked at this, Steve. A lot of the stuff I haven't looked at. Steve's looked at it. I haven't. So you're getting my true reaction. Steve, what's going on here?
Yeah, this is an aggravated robbery. We call it armed robbery in California of just a local convenience store in the neighborhood, and it's pretty scary. The poor, there's some poor guys working there trying to make extra money, probably working the midnight shift. This happens like 3 o'clock at 3:40 in the morning.
The guy, basically the victim saying, "Don't kill me."
Yeah, this is
take your stuff.
It's got to be so terrifying for the poor victim, Probably making minimum wage. Probably minimum wage in Texas is like $5 an hour.
Went back for some chiclets. Yeah, give me a pack of
Salem.
Give me a pack of the Newports.
Yeah, Newports or
Man, I don't want the. I want the.
Maybe he'll use some of the money to buy a belt for his pants, huh?
What was that box of?
I have no idea. It's in the police press release. It doesn't say what it is.
Later, I'm out. Oh my God. So there's a good example of a victim. Hey, look, man, just take the stuff and go. It's perfectly fine to do that.
Yeah,
we've seen the other side where some store owners and homeowners like, hell no, they're going to bring it. You know, I just, you got to think, you got to remember it's one-on-one, just the two of you. Again, like Scott would say, you always got to look what's downrange. Other people in the store, you maybe got another worker so everyone's going to make their own call. I think the store clerk just, hey, what do you want, man? This is not worth it. Right.
Yeah. It doesn't even belong to me. I'm just working here, for $5 an hour, Scott was, when he was in college, was working as a store clerk at a liquor store in San Jose and was victim
That's
of.
where I used to buy up from.
Yeah, he used to buy. He was tied up in the back room by the robber. He was terrified.
I did not know that.
Take what you want. He goes, it's not mine.
Oh, okay. I was, I thought Scott got in trouble because, he used to hook us up back in the day.
Yeah, he said.
Remember that guy Tony? Remember Tony used to buy up over there on the east side?
He said it was a terrifying experience, and the robber was never caught.
All right. So yeah, so you get different people are going to handle it different ways. Okay, so now we're back into my favorite, LAPD. I love these videos. I love how they're breaking this stuff down. Let's take a look.
This incident occurred on July 13th, 2025 at around 9:20 a.m. Central Patrol Division officers responded to a radio call for an assault with a deadly weapon suspect at the intersection of South Figueroa Street and Olympic Boulevard. The suspect was described as a male Indian armed with a machete, wearing a blue headscarf, light-colored t-shirt, and brown shorts, standing in the middle of the street next to his black Dodge Challenger and threatening passerbys. Here are the 911 calls and corresponding radio broadcast.
LA City 911 operator 477.
Yes, I'm calling because there is a guy on Figueroa and Olympic. There is a guy with a machete on it and with training people, stopping the traffic, and he's training people to kill him. And he's in a black Mustang. I think it's a black Mustang, but I just have to get away. But he's screaming right now and training people to that.
Is he white, black, Hispanic, or Asian?
He's look like an Indian. But it's important that he parked his car in the middle of the street, and he has a machete.
What color shirt and pants is he wearing?
It's a gray. It's kind of a brown shirt.
Brown shorts and what color shirt?
Yeah, and he has short and he has some. Oh my God! Hold on. Well, he's moving now. He's moving now to the. Oh my God.
Yeah. God bless these dispatchers,
I want to give you the license plate,
the unsung heroes.
I'm afraid he might come to my car and give me with the machete.
But even God bless the guy putting this out,
right
right? I mean,
Yeah.
Oh, hey, run! License plate is
oh, that's good. He gave him a license plate.
I am on the cross streets
This is another call.
Olympic and Figueroa in the city of Los Angeles, and there is a man with a sword in the middle of the intersection, and he is screaming, and he looks dangerous, and he's swinging at cars.
Is he black, white, Hispanic, or Asian?
He's definitely brown. I don't know if he's Hispanic or Middle Eastern. He has like a head scarf, like covering his face and his head.
What color is it?
The scarf is blue.
Do you recall what color shirt?
I don't recall what color shirt. I got out of the area.
Okay. What about pants?
So
he's wearing cargo shorts.
So again, LAPD is putting this out. They're painting a picture of how the call's coming in. And again, that kind of paints this information is being relayed to the dispatcher, obviously being relayed to the officers. And it's going to help us determine the officer's mindset who is getting this information when they arrive on scene. Steve, right?
That's correct.
I'm looking for you for information.
Absolutely. Yeah. Because it could be a crowd of people and he needs to figure out which is the suspect that they're talking about.
Right. And now we got two people talking about a machete.
Light colored cargo shorts. I don't recall the color. And he's parked in the middle of the intersection. It's a black, I believe it's a Charger.
Okay. There you go. They got it right. She knows her cars. Tony.
And that's parked in the middle of the intersection?
Yes.
And he's swinging at just random passerbys?
Vehicles that are passing
No,
by.
Greg.
It's pretty empty, but the vehicles that are
I think
just
Greg's
trying to
being
continue on
sarcastic.
Traffic, he's
Facetious, I think.
Okay. Trying to get
Good word.
and whoever's not stopping, he's like swinging at them.
Okay, so I have a call for Olympic and Figueroa. We'll go ahead and get somebody out there, okay?
Perfect. Thank you so much. I appreciate your help.
Thank you. No problem. Bye-bye.
Hi, can I get police to the intersection of Figueroa and Olympic? I have a individual with a blue top of his head. He's waving a machete in the middle of the street.
Love it.
He jumped out his car. He's running. and
So
Figueroa.
Steve, you're a
and
cop. What are you
Olympic.
thinking, man? You're going to this call. What are you thinking?
Can you stop it there for a second, Mark?
Yeah. What are you thinking?
A lot of times in the larger cities where they have multiple radio channels, this might be happening right on a like Figueroa, or what they keep saying, or Olympic, could be the divider between two radio channels, between two districts.
Right.
And the two districts might be getting the calls
from two different dispatchers.
From two different dispatchers, and they don't know that the other district's is responding, and you could get a little bit of confusion and as to the suspect descriptions or what exactly is occurring.
What I want you guys to understand is that this is a guy who, when he started to get in touch with dispatch, he had to go to the phone, unlock the box, and call them on the corner. That's not bull BS. Steve will tell us that story another time. Okay, let's keep going here.
Waving a machete in the middle of the street, running towards cars.
Okay.
He jumped out of his vehicle, which is a black Mustang, a two-door GT Mustang.
Tony.
Do you have a license plate?
I don't have a license plate because it's not one visible because I'm in the front of the vehicle.
Okay, we do have a call already there. Where is he now?
Okay. He's still in the intersection near the southwest corner in front of Fleming.
Okay, we do have officers on their way with lights and sirens. Okay, did he injure anybody?
No, he hasn't injured anybody yet. He's running towards people and they would run away from him.
Okay, well, we have the call. Officers are on their way already.
Okay.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Unfortunately, Los Angeles also has the availability of helicopters.
Figueroa Olympic. Suspect vehicle is a black Mustang. Suspect male unknown wearing brown short time with a machete. Code 3 incident 1639 RD 171.
The suspect was later identified as Gurpreet Singh. A portion of this incident was captured by security footage from a nearby security camera.
Okay, Tony, tell us, Mustang or Charger? Challenger.
I'm terrible at cars.
Woo! I think he's just working out.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with him. He looks like he may be having what many commonly referred to as a mental health episode.
I think we're finding out Tony's a Mopar guy. It's a Dodge.
But thank God there were no citizens or children nearby.
Yeah.
And you can see the first units were up there in the left-hand corner arriving on scene.
Upon arrival to the area, the officers located Singh standing next to his Dodge Challenger in the middle of the street, armed with a machete. As officers positioned their police vehicles to contact Singh, he quickly charged at officers while still armed with a machete. The officers redeployed and began to give Singh verbal commands to stop and drop the machete. However, Singh did not comply with the officers' commands, returned to his Dodge Challenger, retrieved a water bottle and threw it at officers. He then entered his Dodge Challenger and drove away southbound on Figueroa Street while waving the machete outside the driver's side window. A portion of this incident was captured on the responding officer's digital in-car video. Most marked vehicles assigned to patrol have a camera mounted inside which activates when the emergency lights are turned on. The camera can also be manually activated. These digital in-car videos have a buffer of video without audio.
I'm going to fast forward that a little bit.
Yeah, I think you can fast forward that, Mark.
Stand by.
No, partner. Go up there.
Stand by. Stand by. Get in, bro. Get in.
I'm surprised that one of the officers didn't just run him over.
Because of the fucking pets.
Stand by.
Well, they got a green light, so they're going.
Stand by, Mike.
Did you see the traffic's going with the green light?
No, I didn't.
They would stop, and then the green light turned the traffic. So like, okay, well, I gotta just keep going.
Okay,
I mean, I guess you want to get out of there too, but
yeah,
everyone should just be hanging back right now, I would think.
Stand by, Mike. Stand by. Drop it. Get in. Get in the car. Get in. Stop. Stop, bro. Shoot. Stop, bro. Fucking
Threw something at the officers, huh? Oh, look at maybe a water bottle.
Hey, pursuit.
Get into the car now. Loading up his driver. And he's on the go southbound on Figueroa.
The officers activated their police vehicle's emergency lights and siren and initiated a vehicle pursuit. Singh continued south on Figueroa Street a short distance. As he passed West 12th Street, Singh suddenly stopped his Dodge Challenger, then began driving erratically in a circular motion on the street and attempting to ram responding officers with his vehicle. Singh continued driving in a circular motion and ultimately collided with a police vehicle. He then reversed and continued driving in a circular motion on the street. Moments later, Singh stopped his vehicle, exited while still armed with a machete, and once again charged at the officers, resulting in an officer-involved shooting and a 40-millimeter less lethal foam projectile round discharged.
This is great because before you'd have to wait for all the prelims and stuff to come out. And now LAPD, these agencies, like we saw the one in El Centro, they're just putting it out there. So
We
the
didn't hear
public
the
can
first
go
part
ahead.
of what you said, Mark.
I said, we're just saying that this is great because they're putting this out so that before you'd have to wait for a grand jury or a
correct.
or a prelim to
Right.
get all this information out. And this way it stops a lot of the BS that people are going to say by putting this out and explaining it.
Exactly.
You know?
Here is additional digital in-car video from the officers involved in this incident.
29 show me in pursuit, Figueroa, south of 11th. On that vehicle, it's going to be a black Charger. Stand by for the plate. 29, it's going to be for an ADW on appeal.
21 with that.
Hey, airship, take my air, please.
Stand by, Mike. Stand by.
Put the machete out the window?
He's going around. He's going around.
Yeah,
My side, my side.
attorneys, they hate these police videos
Stand by,
that
stand
come out
by.
on the
Okay.
shootings.
Stand by, stand by.
All right, just trying to wrap another officer.
Stand by.
And what's
Stand by, stand by. Stop! Stand by, crossfire, bro.
Crossfire,
Crossfire.
got it.
north of Pico.
Fuck!
Going to be on the go northbound.
You good?
Stand by, dude. Stand by. He's going to go around in circles. Stand by. Crossfire,
All
bro.
right. All right, let's talk about this real quick. Steve,
Okay.
he's waving the machete around. He's not trying to run. He's trying to confront the officers.
Yeah, he's just behaving erratically. I just don't know what his end game is, what his problem is.
If you don't take him down here and he ends up hurting somebody, they're going to be blamed for not taking him down earlier. If they take him down too early, they're going to be blamed for, well, you should have let it play out because he's just screwing around or something like that, right? I'm just trying to think of both sides of how what's going through these officers' head right now.
He starts running people down,
Because I want to shoot him, right?
Yeah.
I want to load that. I want to put him in, stop him right there. But someone can really, come back and second guess that. But if he goes and hits one of those other people down the road, they're going to say, well, why didn't you shoot him?
Yeah, like I said earlier, I'm surprised that they did not just hit him, run him over when he was running back to his car to keep him from getting into his car.
Yeah, I mean, maybe Greg, it just could be a coordination getting all those vehicles. Greg's asked a serious question. Why wouldn't the officers? Thanks for a serious question, by the way, Greg. But why wouldn't the officers pin his vehicle with their own vehicles? And they may have tried, and maybe they're just waiting to coordinate it. Maybe that's what they would have done eventually. All right, you guys want to continue watching this?
Stop it, man. Stop it.
Yeah, we're done.
Stand by, stand by. Stand by, Mike.
A portion of this incident was captured on the responding officer's body-worn video. Body-worn video cameras are used by most officers assigned to field duty.
And if an officer had run him down, initially to his car, he probably would have faced a lot of criticism for doing that.
Fuck! Stop! Stop right now!
Shots fired. Officer needs help.
How long has this been going? I mean, now we're seeing all this footage going by. These are all suicide by cop. That's my opinion. It happens a lot, huh, Steve?
Yeah, apparently so. A lot more than I realized. And again, we can't ask him what's going through his mind because he's no longer with us. But I have, there's just no rational reason for why somebody would behave like that. Unless they're, unless they're like Eastside Tony said, unless he's on drugs.
So
the 40
both
millimeter less lethal device fires a foam projectile round. The
So
round
both
strikes the person's body
officers
and
fired.
is intended to cause pain. While there may be bruising, it is designed to distribute energy over a broad surface.
I'm sorry, I know most of you guys know this, but we have to explain. They put these in every video for the people for the first time watching one of these videos. This is the way that the police department shows the different tactics they use. In this case, weapons, lethal, and stuff like that. So that they do this in every video to kind of paint the picture.
Right.
Area and not penetrate the body. The primary target of this less lethal device is the navel or belt line. Here is additional.
I think he aimed for the nuts in that video.
From one of the officers involved in the incident.
And getting hit with one of those hurts.
Here is additional digital in-car video from the officers.
So what they were showing there was, look, we were responding with less lethal. That was our, we were hoping that was going to happen. But at that point, he had made a move towards the officers, and the officers had to react with deadly force. Yeah. But maybe if that, if you were another 10 seconds, maybe that less lethal officer would have been in a position to take him out that way.
Yeah,
they're just showing their attempts.
Very dynamic, Mark, and they just they could just change from a non-lethal to a lethal situation in just a microsecond. Yeah.
They're showing their attempts to de-escalate it different ways, lethal, less lethal, but obviously, guy coming at you with machete at that point, running right at you. I mean, I think they acted appropriately.
Yeah, we used to train dropping the less than lethal weapon and then drawing your weapon quickly, so that if the situation changed and you needed to go from less than lethal to lethal, you could do it.
And you had the old taser stuff. Remember Meserly? You got the taser. What side of the, don't carry your taser on the same side as your gun, because people
unfortunately
get confused.
That happened more than I'd like to admit.
Well, but when I started carrying taser, we always, I can't remember. I bet shortly after all that, though, we started carrying them on opposite sides. I had a cross straw on my taser versus my pistol. I think the officers are still doing that these days. Yeah,
when we first came out, I wasn't around with tasers, but they came out with the beanbag guns. We had shotguns. They were regular shotguns, but they had little mini beanbags in them. And
I remember.
We painted them. I think we painted them orange or something.
I remember you guys tagging some dude on the freeway off ramp.
Yeah.
We called you guys out, and he had a grenade. It turned out to be a dummy grenade. And one of you guys hit him with that beanbag gun in his chest, and he went down. And everybody hit the ground because we were worried about the grenade, but the grenade turned out to be fake. We were all far enough back, but I'll never forget watching San Jose PD hit that guy with the beanbag gun.
But those things,
2001 maybe.
But those things could have been lethal. I mean, getting hit in the head with one of those could kill you.
No, you guys hit him dead in the chest.
Yeah,
Tony, you're right. I mean, I think maybe they just didn't. I don't know if all the officers carry those or not.
A portion of this incident was also captured by security footage from another nearby security camera.
He's waving that machete out the window, huh?
Yeah, I saw that on the earlier footage. So, Steve, back in the day, right, a grand jury is going to look at all this and make a decision, if still to this day, and whether or not it was all done appropriately, right?
Correct. Yeah, I'm sure they'll take it before a grand jury and show them the video and explain to them what happened, and the grand jury can decide whether or not the officers acted appropriately. And again, these poor officers they're not only the grand jury, but they have their own internal administrative investigation, the district attorney, and possibly, I don't know if they have
struck by
court
gunfire,
consent decree, maybe the feds will get involved.
Machete and fell to the ground. The officers immediately requested a rescue ambulance. Moments later, and after the arrival of additional units, Singh was taken into custody without further incident.
So you see, you mentioned they immediately requested an ambulance. And the reason why is the North Hollywood shootout in 1998, 97, whatever it was. The department was sued by family members of the two gunmen because allegedly the officers were delaying rescue paramedic attempts to these guys who had just had this massive, the biggest shootout to this day, I think, with the LAPD, other than SLA one, these two guys in North Hollywood. And there was I can't remember. I think they lost. I think they did get sued, the LAPD, about maybe the officers held paramedics back from treating those guys. So this is the way LAPD now puts that out always. Our officers called for paramedics to get treatment to this guy.
Right. Yeah, I do remember that they there was a delay for some reason in getting the one of the suspects into an ambulance.
Here is additional body-worn video from one of the officers involved in the incident.
I'll be there, arrest him, and you have a taser. I got taser. Okay, all right, you guys ready to approach?
Ready to approach?
Moving forward.
This is where everybody has to just take a deep breath and calm down and dial down so that you can do what needs to be done.
Right, and you have to. They're coordinating, but they're going to move in. Someone's got a taser, someone's got a gun. They're looking for different ways they can try to restrain him if he tries to resist some more.
Right.
Yeah, that happened pretty fast. According to Greg, that happened pretty fast. They didn't have time to pin him. I agree. Suicide by cop.
The officers began to render
really
medical aid to Singh until paramedics arrived.
Who has a med kit?
He's got it.
So, I mean, I think we've seen it enough of it, what's going down here. But again, this is the way with these departments, transparency is being used to show the steps the officers and their mindset. And these are good. I like these. I'm glad this is happening so we can see. And I never realized, I was a highway patrol officer 21 years, LA experience, Bay Area experience, Oakland experience. I've been to shootings, been involved in shootings. Wow, suicide by cop's a thing. It happens a lot. I mean, now we see it all.
And the studies show, I mean, the cameras was all brought on by people questioning the honesty of the police officers in shootings and the complaints of brutality or rude conduct, etc. And the studies have shown, Mark, that overwhelmingly that the body cameras exonerate that the officers were completely appropriate and legal. Yeah, there are body cameras, a video of bad apples, but they are so far and few between that the stats show.
All right, let's go. You got to help me out here. Milton, dad acquitted of charges. Sean Hollenbeck, not guilty.
Yeah, this man here, this happened in Florida. His 13-year-old daughter, according to the court, the trial, snuck out of the house and called an Uber to go out with friends or something. I don't know, a party or something. And he saw the Uber pull up, went out with a gun, with a rifle, some type of a rifle, and took the Uber driver out at gunpoint and held him at gunpoint. And
all right, let's watch.
Okay.
Video.
All right, go ahead.
Today, a Milton man, tonight acquitted of charges of aggravated assault and false imprisonment. Sean Hollenbeck was arrested a year ago for holding a rideshare driver at gunpoint at his home. Tonight, a jury found him not guilty of those crimes. Our Hannah James spent the day in the courtroom. Hannah?
Bob, Hollenbeck said this trial ruined his family. And at the end of the day, that's who he believed he was protecting when he pointed a gun at a rideshare driver.
I said this in there and I mean it. I would rather get shot at than go through that again in combat.
After 2 days of testimony, the jury found Sean Hollenbeck not guilty of aggravated assault and false imprisonment.
It's a blessing. Its prayers are answered and common sense. I can't even believe my family had to go through this. I think from the testimony that came out, I hope that the sheriff's office reviews what happened and press charges on the right people.
Hollenbeck's 13-year-old daughter snuck out of his house, ordered herself a lift to Pensacola. Hollenbeck immediately thought the worst.
He got on that stand and he testified that he felt that he had no clue where she was. He felt that she was being trafficked. He felt that she was being drugged, raped.
So when an unmarked car parked at the lot next to his home in the dark, he said his 31 years of active service in the Army kicked in.
What was running through the defendant's mind explains why this happened. It does not justify his behavior.
He pointed a gun at the driver, ordered him out of the car and onto the ground.
Now, when you were held at gunpoint, how did you feel?
Terrified. I pled for my life and said, I'm just an Uber driver. I have a son. Please don't shoot.
He got his information and let him go unharmed.
I submit to you that a reasonable person is not going to run up on a vehicle, not knowing who is in the vehicle, not knowing where the vehicle's coming from, having no facts about the occupants of that vehicle with a loaded firearm. This is not Fallujah, Iraq.
Hollenbeck and the jury of his peers disagreed, believing he acted justly given the circumstances.
He should have never been arrested. This was a father that protected his daughter, and they stopped at.
You know, he's trying to blame the sheriff for arresting him. Damned if they do, damned if they don't, right, Steve?
Yeah, exactly. You know, and again, for all the gun owners out there, you don't have qualified immunity. You're not a law enforcement officer, you know, and heaven knows how much this man paid out of pocket to get himself found not guilty. Whether you agree with the jury or not is a different story.
Right. I'm just saying, though, the officers, they almost have to let it play out. I mean, the DA's office is the one's going to make the decision, but they're going to, they got to kind of go through the evidence. I don't know. I don't know enough about. I mean,
yeah, I agree with you, Tony. Eastside Tony. Yeah, good old Florida. Yeah.
Yeah, this is
doesn't surprise me.
My first instinct was like, what the hell? But then you hear the girl's 13, she's sneaking away, and the guy's panicked. So I empathize with him, but I also empathize with the Uber drivers. Like, man, I'm just doing my job, man.
Exactly.
And I mean, I don't know who I'm picking up, but I don't know. Did she have her own app or did she use someone else's app? I mean.
We featured a story a few podcasts ago, Mark, where some poor lady, disabled lady, is trying to make a few extra bucks as an Uber driver, and she's going to pick up a package, and the owner says, "Well, I didn't call an Uber," and he shoots and kills her in his driveway, because he said he thought he was being scammed. And yeah. I think that happened in Florida or somewhere down in the South. I personally, based on what I watched a few videos on this trial, and I don't agree with the jury.
All right. This reminds me of the Righteous Gemstones. This next one, church leaders arrested. Come on now.
Oh, gee. Yeah, this is wild.
I don't feel sorry for them.
Two church leaders with ties to Tampa are facing federal charges tonight. They're at the center of what investigators charges tonight.
I'm sorry. You fall for this crap right there. I'm sorry. I'm done with it. It's over. Guys, come on. This is all bullshit.
You're done with it. So you were part of it at one point?
No. I'm just saying. I know. I'm just saying you still fall from this stuff. I mean, this is just wow. People are lonely. They fall for this stuff. Look at this.
Yes.
Like this guy is somehow
it's
divine
the elderly,
because of his
elderly
website.
living on $800 Social Security check a month. Giving money to these fraudsters,
charlatans,
alleged fraudsters.
I have sinned.
They're at the center of what investigators are calling a multi-million-dollar conspiracy involving money laundering, forced labor, and abuse. This follows multiple FBI raids this morning, including at a home in the affluent Avalon neighborhood in Hillsborough County.
What's that?
That's just one of his houses. They FBI hit like 5 different houses in 5 different states.
Because Jesus wanted him to have that house, Steve.
Yeah,
Jesus wanted him to have.
Oh, wait till you see all the cars with the ribbons on.
Part of a nationwide takedown. Fox 13 is covering this investigation from multiple angles. Our Kylie Jones is at the federal courthouse in Tampa, diving deeper into the church and its leaders. But we begin with Aaron Mesmer live in Avila with more on the raid and reaction from neighbors. Aaron.
Say it again.
What do you want to bet he gets a pardon?
Yeah, Haley, and these neighbors were absolutely stunned by what went on this morning. Neighbors in this community, they woke up to helicopters and FBI agents raiding a home in Avila. And once they found out why those federal agents were there, it was even more surprising.
Some of you say, I don't have 100,000, but you have 20,000. You have 50,000 here, or you have 10,000.
That's video of David Taylor asking viewers to send money to his church. Federal authorities now say Taylor used donations to fund an extravagant lifestyle that included this massive mansion in Tampa's affluent Avila community. FBI agents raided the home Wednesday morning.
It's very surprising to hear that type of.
Do you see those cars with the ribbons
lonely? Are they lonely or stupid or both? I'm sorry. I know that's horrible of me to say, but I mean, come on.
You're victim shaming, buddy.
Oh, am I? Okay. Oh, well, I am. and I'm not associated in any department anymore, so I can do what I want.
What's going on again right in your backyard?
It's unclear what authorities took from the home. This view from Skyfox shows several cars lined up with gift bows on top. Neighbors say the 10-bedroom, 10.5 bathroom, 28,000 square foot mansion is one of the largest in Avila.
Because there was like, how could a pastor afford to live in a house like that?
According to the 23-page federal indictment, this house is one of several properties throughout the country purchased by Taylor's.
That house is friggin' ugly as hell. I just want to put that out there. If anyone thinks that's cool or classy, okay. I get you.
That looks like a Sleeping Beauty castle.
Kingdom of God Global Church. He's the pastor and referred to himself as an apostle, according to court documents. The indictment alleges Taylor recruited people to work at call centers, referring to them as armor bearers. Investigators say they were his, quote, personal servants who fulfilled.
You know, Tony makes a good point. Mostly, you know, Tony's a little bit more sympathetic than me. Mostly elderly folks. And we all know that if you're lonely and got no one talking to you, maybe this guy talking to the camera all day long is why you're going to
oh yeah, they're just they're the poor downtrodden living on an $800 a month Social Security check, you know, and they're sending money to people.
Greg, I know some Trump coins that you should buy because he really needs your help.
Taylor's demands around the clock and were never paid. Taylor and executive director Michelle Brannon are accused of controlling nearly every aspect of the workers' lives, cutting them off from family and forcing them to take contraceptives. Human trafficking advocates say it's a devastating situation.
And you really had every aspect of human trafficking. You had individuals who were, brought to a facility that they couldn't leave. They weren't being paid. They had production goals that they had to meet.
And authorities say if the workers failed to reach Taylor's monitor.
This is some real human trafficking going on. Not human trafficking is real, don't get me wrong, but sometimes it gets blown into another idealized version of. There's some movies that came out recently that kind of got a lot of publicity on one side of the political spectrum. I hope that side would do a story on this because this is more kind of real in a lot of ways. Different type of human trafficking.
This is real life.
Goals, they faced punishment, including public humiliation, food and shelter restrictions, sleep deprivations, and physical and psychological abuse. The Crisis Center of Tampa Bay's CEO says these victims will likely face a long recovery. She says there's another lesson every community can learn from this.
This can happen in one of our most affluent zip codes in Hillsborough County. It can happen in your backyard. It can happen in my backyard.
As for the folks who lived with alleged human trafficking, fraud, and money laundering happening in their backyards.
I hope it's not true, but if it is, he deserves everything he's going to get.
Yeah, if you go to our website fugitive.com, and go to this story that we have posted, you can actually read the federal indictment that goes into detail explaining exactly what the U.S. attorney is alleging, and they're describing some really allegedly horrific conditions. He wouldn't allow the employees to eat, wouldn't allow them to sleep, said they could not sleep. And until they met their financial goals on these phone calls, these call centers.
I tend to be a little harsh with my assessments on this stuff, but it's just the way I feel about it. I'm just like, people wake up. You gotta that, you got to look twice at things. And remember Rajneesh, remember the Oregon, Benoit, the guy with the Rolls Royces. There was a great documentary on Netflix about that a few years ago. Remember they took over the whole town in Oregon back in the 80s, and then they it was all pretty much a cult.
Mark, every Memorial Day I go to the San Bruno VA cemetery there, and I drive right by
That's where my grandfather's buried.
Oh, is it really? Yeah. There's a grave there for Congressman Leo Ryan, who was killed investigating the Jim Jones
Jim Jones
down in Guyana.
And Jackie Spear took a bullet there too.
That's right. Yeah, and 700 people drank poison Kool-Aid because but
Steve, if you remember, and I was a kid when that happened, I was maybe 12, 13 years old when it happened. A lot of that was alleged that they were forced to drink it too. A lot of his henchmen were forcing down people. But a lot of them did, and a lot of them moved from their homes in the Bay Area and moved down to there and stuff like that. But cults can be a powerful thing. I get it. I just
and they are alive and well.
I feel bad for these people that think that's what they think this is. That's what they think they gotta follow.
I had a girlfriend when I was at the sheriff's office. She was an attorney, and she got involved in this weekend. I think it was. Well, I probably shouldn't give the name of the outfit. I don't know if they're still in business, but it was one of those weekend retreat things where they're going to change your life.
It's Catholic?
No, it wasn't a religious. It wasn't a religious thing. No, but they had offered free admission to San Jose PD, and some of the officers had attended, and for 3 days they weren't able to see a clock, and they did the whole sleep deprivation. And next thing you know, they were just everybody came out touchy-feely, and it was just it was weird. It was really, really weird. And anyway, she wanted me to go to this thing. I said, no way I'm going to this thing.
Might have been a freaking party. You might have missed out. I couldn't tell you what was really happening.
I think they were holding it at the fair. They were holding them at the fairgrounds. These 3-day events, All
right, we're going to South City. South San Francisco. I worked a lot of auto theft there when I was at San Mateo County.
Yeah, they had 2 shootings in within 3 weeks, but for a small town like that.
Right up there by Genentech, it looks like.
Yeah, they're not a very big city.
There's no audio on this.
And he's, saying obscene things, and then he's just kicking the door, and then he's like taking a tool and trying to get in. Okay. And then we walked a little bit, came back 15 minutes later. He's still sitting there, like I'm at a distance so I could see him. But it's like I come down here a lot. It's the only public bathroom, and kind of don't want him to wreck this because then there's no public bathroom down here for anybody. Right.
Okay. So pedestrian records this. Body cam officer number 1. He arrives on scene. So we got this guy trying to kick into the bathroom. They set up the scene again for what the officers are information they're getting, and then they show up to this.
Right. Eventually, I believe San Bruno Police Department also responds to this at the request of South San Francisco PD.
Can you step back over there? Sure. Can you unlock my car? Yeah, we'll figure that.
Hey, come here. Here. We're talking to you, man. You're not going anywhere. Take your hand out of your pocket for me. Let's take your hand out.
I just need my stuff.
You can get your stuff when we're done, man. Take your hand out of your pocket for me.
No, I need my stuff, sir.
I need you to take your hand out of your pocket for me.
I can't do that, sir.
Why can't you do that?
Yeah, I have rights.
You have rights?
Yeah.
Your hand's going
to... My belongings are in that room. And we will...
So he's putting his gloves on. I'd be really nervous once he said, I can't do that for you. I think my hand would be ready to, if not already clutching the back of my pistol at that point.
At least.
In my own experience.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%.
Address that and we'll help you with that, but I need you to take your hand out of your pocket. Wow. I'm serious.
So listen, we don't need to go anywhere besides talk to you, but your hand's got to come out of your pocket. We're talking to you. You're detained. You're not going anywhere. You need to take your hand out of
Nice.
your pocket. Period.
He's
And
explained
then
it
we
to
can
him. You're not going anywhere. You
Talk.
are detained.
Your idea
You're
of
done.
talking is what?
My idea of talking right now, because you're not listening, is going to come and detain you. If you take your hand out of your pocket, we can talk.
All right.
Simple. Done.
That was
All right.
nice.
See how
Thank
easy
you.
that was? Now listen, come back over here. You can stay near your stuff. We're not going to grab you. Come on over here. What are you doing, my guy? Why are you trying to break in there?
Is locked in the bathroom. I was taking a shower. I come out, grab my wheelchair out. My stuff's in there. Phew, they automatically locked the door on me.
Okay, how come you didn't?
All my belongings.
How come you didn't call us or something? Man, we'll come out
I
here.
have no phone.
Contact them.
Who's them?
It's obviously the marina stuff,
I
right?
don't even know who runs this. These are fake buildings. So there's nobody in these buildings.
Patrol is right over there.
That's who runs the place?
Yes.
I thought it was a boat yacht club. That's what it says on the thing, yacht club.
Oyster Point Marina. Don't worry about that. Okay. So we have a big old misunderstanding, right? That's
Yes,
what we're
sir.
dealing with? Okay.
Yes, I just need my belongings out of it. That's it.
That's perfectly fine. That's all we needed to get to. Our safety comes first.
Okay.
So when you're
understand
holding
that.
something in your
I
pocket, man,
understand that. But
not a good thing.
I understand that.
Okay.
I see something in his pocket, Steve. I can
Hey
see
man, it's
something in his
necessity.
pocket
We do
there.
things differently here.
Okay.
As long as you
And
clear
I'd
us,
be looking at that as
obviously
an
we'll be cool
officer.
with you.
What is in that
Okay.
pocket right now?
Why don't you come over
Exactly.
here, just hang out. I'm gonna make a phone call to the harbor master, see if we can figure out trying to get into this bathroom and get your things out. Is that fair?
Yes, sir.
Can you do me a huge favor while I do that? Just provide my partner here your name.
I'd rather not, sir.
At this point, you don't have a choice, but
I do though.
you actually don't, because you were breaking into this building, so you were
I'm not
legally
breaking.
detained.
My
You were legit breaking in when
belongings are in there.
it does not matter.
I was in there. How am I breaking somewhere I was already in?
Oh,
Again, laying it out.
Those
Laying
are
out.
burglary
I'm there.
calls.
My
Burglary
Trying to
calls.
break into the
Yeah, trying to
bathroom
get back
in
in.
front of police. We
Trying
witnessed
to
that.
Get back in. Yes.
Listen, I'm not
I
going
was
to argue.
like, you can't break in somewhere you already
Listen,
was in.
I'm going to go with this. I'm
Okay.
not going to argue
Saying
with you.
that.
You are detained.
Okay.
This is an investigation. You are required by law to provide your name. Period.
So they keep trying for the next 6 minutes. Man reached in his pocket, ran towards the pedestrian pathway. So the other officer alerted that you had a gun.
What are you worried about giving us your name for?
That's my right not to.
It's not your right. It's absolutely not. You gave up that right when you were trying to break into this bathroom.
I was trying
All
to
right.
get my belongings out of the bathroom out there.
Cool. Come on over here then.
Sir.
Come here.
No, sir.
Let's
so
Don't do that.
get your hand out.
Get your hand out of your pocket.
He's got something in his hand. Boy, 34. One at gunpoint.
Don't fucking do it.
It's a fucking gun. Get back.
Don't fucking do it.
Subject has a gun in his right hand. Officer's tactically retreating. Get over here.
Now again,
I'm gonna get along.
these officers are heroes in my book, but I don't understand. Maybe it's just I don't know what they're teaching in the police academy nowadays. But in
Come here.
when I was teaching, that would have been an appropriate time to shoot the suspect.
I mean, did the officer feel? I would say that did the officer actually feel threatened by it? You know, and it comes into remember the guy, the Vietnamese lady with the knife, and the other one says the vegetable peeler.
But it's a gun, not a knife.
I understand that. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. But I'm just saying, even though it was a gun, did he feel threatened by it?
Again, yeah.
You know, did he feel like it was pointing at him, was going to shoot, or the guy's just? I mean, it's up to the officer, right? I don't know. I wasn't there.
Yeah.
It was a distance, but you're right. Technically, if they they probably could have shot him based on pulling the gun out.
Sir,
let's
don't do that.
Get your hand out.
Get your hand out of your pocket.
I think it's a vegetable peeler.
Oh, okay.
I just tease up. Cool little marina there. I've stayed at that hotel there a couple times before we fly out to the airport there.
31, advise the harbor master to keep people out of the area. Sam 11, start GTO.
That's a long foot pursuit.
31, any update?
31, still
I
trying
would
to, we're trying to get his shield and stuff set up. He's still walking towards the
Yeah,
harbor right now.
Greg agrees
There's
with you,
people on the
Scott.
trail. We gotta get him out of here.
Steve, officer showed an enormous amount of patience
Yeah. I would be tuckered out if I had to run that far.
No, not back in the day, bro. You were like, man, get your hair parted down the middle, your glasses on.
You want me to get him?
No t-shirt, just your hair coming off your chest there.
Dude.
Yeah, he's using a man with a gun, and he's using a less than lethal weapon. I don't understand that. I think the less than lethal weapon has a portion of this incident.
Okay, you know what? I'm gonna indulge on that, because let's say if they didn't shoot him earlier, and then he runs into the boat and he kills somebody or takes someone hostage, right? Your point would be very good. How come you guys didn't take him out when you had a chance to? If he would have gone down there and killed somebody in one of these boats over here, after all that would have been a good point to bring up there.
Well, not only that, but what if an officer eventually gets shot?
Yeah.
Who the officer that gets shot could say, I wouldn't have been shot if you had done what you should have done when he first pulled the gun.
Okay, so he's walking out to the area where there's more people. So now they're really starting concerned about who else is around. So they actually shoot him with the 40 millimeter, but he still doesn't comply.
Put your hands Are we on the track? Yeah, I'm on the track. One click over. You're under arrest. Leave me alone. Put your hands down, 40.
I got 40.
Do it now. Hands down. Do it. Hands down. Stop. Do it. Get on the ground. Hit him again. Go. He's going that way. All right, we don't know. Hey, show me your hands. Go.
Good shot with that thing. He's hit him like 3 times.
Yeah, he is. Very, very good.
Okay, so he sits on the rock and then pulls what appears looks like a gun. Appeared. It says appeared on there.
Appeared to be a handgun. Yes.
Yeah.
That's what he said.
He's going that way. All right, we don't know. Good. Drop it. Show your hands. Good. Drop it. 21 Tim 11. Shots fired.
Officer was initially armed with a less lethal taser. He then asked, "Is that a gun?" and switched to his department issued rifle.
Is that a gun?
Again, in my book, these officers are heroes as far as I'm concerned. I'm kind of wondering, though, was the San Bruno officer not told that he was armed with a gun when he first arrived? Is that why he chose to use a non-lethal weapon? It would appear so.
Greg, I don't know what was by there. He was telling him that his stuff got locked in there. His stuff was locked in there. That's what he was trying to do. Okay, here we go. I mean, okay, so
again, we don't know what was going through his head because he's no longer with us.
Tony. He said he's taking a shower, Tony.
And again, in this situation, the California Department of Justice is going to do the investigation because according to California law now, that if he has a replica gun, he's considered unarmed.
So I missed
unarmed suspect.
I missed it because I'm producing this at the same time as we're doing it.
Okay.
What did the object turn out to be?
It's a replica. It's a replica gun.
Replica gun. Okay, I saw.
Yes.
Okay, I did see it. Okay, all right. Yeah, good shoot then.
Yes.
That's from Mark Hinch. I say it's a good shoot.
In our humble opinion, it is a good shoot.
Yeah. So Greg, he had a replica gun, which I was at the airsoft store the other day with my son, and these airsoft guns are stamped Glock. I remember taking one away from a guy back 10, 15 years ago when they first started coming out. Because at the time, even though it was built like it was heavy, it was metal. It was definitely an airsoft, but I was like, I didn't understand, was it a converted Glock to an airsoft? But they actually make these airsoft guns now with the stampings of real guns on them. So they look real, especially if there's no orange tip on it. Even there's an orange tip. Some guys are painting their real guns with orange tips to try to fool officers into thinking they may not be real.
Yes.
So you treat everything as real, right? So in this case, like I said, I think it's good. I think they'll be cleared. And did we ever find out what his issue was?
No. Like I said, he's no longer with us, so we can't ask him what was going through his head when this happened.
Tony had an MP5 BB gun, right? I didn't see an orange tip on that replica gun. Did you? Nope, no orange tip on there. Hey, yeah, I'd like to know what his whole why didn't he want to give his name? I want to find out, did he have warrants? What I'd like to wish that was part of the whole thing. Turned out he was this and that, or whatever. Maybe, I would just, like to know. Maybe he was on Fugitive Watch. Maybe you guys had a feature on Fugitive Watch prior.
Some people are just antisocial, not to say he was, but we do run across those in this line of work.
Okay, this next one's a sad one. Steve, I know you want to talk about this one last week. This was a young cadet died during training.
Yeah, this is a very tragic story. Let's take a look at it, Mark.
Department in mourning tonight to a cadet who died last week after suffering from a medical emergency. KTV's Christian Captain joins us live from San Francisco. And Christian, officials are now investigating the death of this 30-year-old cadet.
Yeah, that's exactly right. There are multiple investigations underway. This, as the department mourns, if you take a look here, you can see this growing memorial out in front of San Francisco's Police Academy. The department is mourning the loss of a young man who wanted to be among those who put themselves in harm's way to protect others. Flags at San Francisco's Police Academy are flying at half staff following the death of 30-year-old recruit officer John Marcus Solms. SFPD confirms Solms collapsed Wednesday and was rushed to a hospital. He died Friday. Ellen Valoria works in the area and was here Wednesday when emergency responders rushed to the scene.
So we heard the siren and my patient said, "Oh, that's from the police academy." So I said, "Oh, that's terrible."
Valoria said she learned from one of her patients later that Solms had died.
It's one of the students in the police academy, and he's only 30 years old. And what happened? He passed away. I said, "Oh my God. That's tragic."
Solms collapsed during a training exercise where he was wearing heavy padding. San Francisco police released a statement reading in part, quote, "The training exercise Solms had completed is a course mandated by the State Commission on Peace Officer Standards and Training." Police say recruit officer Solms had worked in the tech industry but decided to transition to public safety and joined recruit class 286. Today, the class stood at attention as a procession made its way through the neighborhood surrounding the police academy. Officers, his fellow recruits, and neighbors all paying tribute.
I can sense it and I can feel the sadness with everybody that was over here. And then I can hear them, they were sobbing. So oh my God. And I told them, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry about what happened. I cried too.
Crazy.
Yeah.
San Francisco Mayor Daniel Lurie also reflected on the loss of recruit officer Salm, saying he'd spoken with the officer's family and they told him about the sense of purpose he found from his work and his squad of fellow recruits. He was so looking forward to graduating with all of them and joining the ranks of the SFPD. His dedication to the city will never be forgotten by his fellow recruit officers, our police department, and a grateful city.
Yeah, it's a really sad one, Steve.
Yeah, it is, Mark. And you know, when you get hired as prior to getting hired as a police officer or in law enforcement, they usually give you a pretty thorough medical examination, but they don't catch everything. And sometimes, you know, somebody may have a undiagnosed heart condition that they weren't aware of. And this exertion in the academy running or whatever he may have been involved in, and the person has a heart attack, you know, who would normally have had a heart attack.
Steve, I'm going to move it to a little lighter note about police academy. If you ever those guys that they just want to be cops from the day they were kids, and they're total cop nerds. And now they have the stereotype of the guy who goes to the Citizens Police Academy. And he's always the guy, the Springer in every class that's asking questions. I saw this Instagram video and I just was laughing so hard. I sent this out to my friends. I actually know some people like this in my department that were like this. And I know guys they were like, just been in uniform since they were 14 years old, right? And they know every question out there. Anyway, check this out. It's kind of funny.
Okay.
Let's see if I can put it up here.
There's one in every academy.
Oh yeah. Let's watch this.
Alone in the Citizens Academy, and then they made us run a lot until we puked. Pretty much, I went to the Citizens Academy like 3 times in preparation for Police Academy. I was also in the cadet program for 5 years, even after I graduated high school. So I think I know what I'm talking about when I say the Police Academy is going to be a cakewalk. Pretty much the firearms instructor told me that I would have shot a perfect score on my target, but I shot my partner's target instead. I really hope they don't make me drive a Crown Victoria. I want to get a new Durango. My 5-year plan for the department is first I'm going to graduate Police Academy. And then the chief said he's going to put me on K9. And then I'm going to get on SWAT. And I'm pretty sure they're going to want me for team lead. And then I'll probably go to detectives for a while and work some cases, solve some murders. And on the 5th year, I'll be promoted to sergeant. The entire class got mad at me the other day because I raised my hand and I said, "Instructor, are you going to teach us anything that I did not learn in the Citizens Academy?" And then they made us run a lot. Until we puked. Pretty much.
So I got a kick out of it. I know people like this.
Tased and confused.
No, Greg, it's a parody. It's a parody. His things is tased and confused. But I know people like this. The guy stopped with the friggin' fake Glock thing. He was a wannabe guy like this. You know, he was an idiot because he was car stopping people. He was getting traffic out of the way with his yellow lights from his traffic control job. You know, we did a story. Remember 6 months ago, we did a story about the traffic control officer who was chasing people down or trying. Remember that? Yes. These are the type of guys that I think of, you know, that are just so want to be cops so bad.
Oh yeah. I had a roommate who was a loss prevention officer for Sears back in the 70s, and he wanted to be a police. He could not. He just could not pass backgrounds, and he had the baseball cap that had San Jose PD on it, and he would go to the uniform store, and he could buy whatever they would sell him, he would buy.
I was in Pete's Coffee one day, you know, sometimes I'm armed, and this kid could probably tell I was armed. I probably had it maybe bulging at one side, and he was wearing like a Glock shirt and a hat, you know, a Glock hat, and he had his Mr. I want to be operator, young kid around 20. He started talking to me about guns and carrying. And I see this guy here. He was so into like the image of being some sort of cop, you know. And I was like, okay, bro, just chill out a little bit. We're good, right? You know? Hey, okay, this next one.
And you see them also, Mark. They buy the old police cars at the auction.
Yeah, exactly.
The retired police cars.
I know. And they know every episode of Chips.
Yes.
They know everyone, every single. All right, this next one, right out of Clear and Pay. We're almost done. This one's more political, but we're gonna right out of Clear and Present Danger, one of my favorite Tom Clancy books.
Oh,
and
yes.
movies. And
Harrison Ford was in that.
Yeah. Let's watch this. This is pretty crazy.
Authorities in Washington State have been fighting the state's largest wildfire nonstop for almost 2 months. Called the Bear Gulch Fire. It's burned 9,000 acres since early July.
We're watching MSNBC.
Officials say it's only 13% contained. It is so big, they've had to rely on contract firefighters. But a group of those firefighters who were battling the blaze had to take a 3-hour timeout from their work on Wednesday. You see, their camp was raided by Border Patrol officials, and they were lined up and told to show their IDs.
Nice.
We got hit, guys.
We got it.
Tribal members. We got 4 by ice. Crazy, dude. We got members from the tribe of Umatilla, Cayuse, and Walla Walla.
That is fucked up.
This is crazy, man. Look at that. Post it up.
This is stat-looking motherfuckers right here, man. They're just looking to get arrested. Wow.
And I guess
This kind of reminds me of that video of that Chippy arresting a firefighter for not moving his fire truck.
That was a you respect my authority issue. I remember that. Yeah, it was embarrassing. Okay, let's find the other one.
Okay.
This is the we got our military heading down towards Venezuela, and this is the story here. This reminds me of the Tom Clancy novel here.
Okay, where's Harrison Ford?
Over the last few minutes, literally shot out a boat, a drug carrying boat, a lot of drugs in that boat.
A lot of drugs.
We have a lot of drugs pouring into our country, coming in for a long time.
Bigly drugs.
And we just, these came out of Venezuela.
The Marines I know call that guy JD Weasel in the back there.
Oh, yeah.
JD Weasel is what they call him.
And coming out very heavily from Venezuela. A lot of things are coming out of Venezuela. So we took it out.
The president later posted a video of that strike to social media. Trump said he had ordered, quote, a kinetic strike against positively identified Tren de Aragua narco-terrorists. He added that 11 people on the boat were killed. Trump claimed the boat was transporting illegal
I don't have a problem
narcotics
with taking out a drug
heading to the
boat.
United
I guess
States.
it's a little far
Now,
from
here's
America.
a map of where the United States is. That small boat was attacked off the coast of Venezuela, which is over 1,000 nautical miles away from here. The United States was obviously well out of range of that boat. Secretary of State Marco Rubio, on the other hand, defended the strike by saying the vessel's destination was probably Trinidad or another country in the Caribbean,
America,
which, of course, makes more sense on the map. I mean, Trinidad's only 10 miles from Venezuela.
I mean, I get what they're saying here, though.
But again, that too is more than 1,000 miles from the U.S. mainland. Who knows where the drugs, if they were there? We're going to go next. This morning, Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth was doing a victory lap, promising more military strikes on narco traffickers, narco terrorists.
I did not know
But
that.
now, as we learn more details of the attack, I have to say, this is an enormous scandal that is unfolding right in front of us. This civilian,
Tony,
non-military boat, even if they were committing a crime,
Are you saying 2020 was rigged?
Yeah.
was not struck in self-defense. No weapons were evident. Whoever struck it, and the U.S. has shared no details of that, didn't try to disable the engines or to board the craft. They just summarily killed everybody on board. As a Notre Dame law professor told the Washington Post, the strike violated international law. The U.S. is not in armed conflict with Venezuela or its criminal elements. This is exactly the kind of operation that, if it existed in a Tom Clancy novel or movie, would be getting covered up because all the principals in the film would know it was illegal.
That was 30 years ago, buddy.
I mean, it certainly seems like extrajudicial murder to me.
Well, I mean, they're just look. It's gone
Mark-
beyond that these days. So,
Mark, let me tell you something, right?
yeah, go ahead.
The former president of the Philippines, Duterte, if I pronounce that correctly.
Yeah.
He is sitting cooling his jets right now in the jail in The Hague, facing crimes against humanity for when he was president of the Philippines. He
was murdering the alleged drug dealers.
Suspected drug dealers.
Yeah.
And he's facing crimes against humanity right now. I have a lot of questions. That video, I do not see 11 people fitting on that. I don't see 11 people, period, on that boat. And
I want to see the body cam transparency.
Yes, exactly. I don't see 11 people on the boat.
Yeah.
And we have a prolific liar.
Yeah.
Who authorized that. And I expect that in the next administration that there will be some hearings and maybe somebody, and if you're in the military, following orders is not, when Nuremberg trials said that does not excuse you for committing murder.
We'll have to see it comes out. A lot happens. I mean, I think one of the facts is that Obama used drones more than anybody to take out targets. We were at war, or at least in a conflict with Afghanistan and Iraq at that time.
Correct.
So a lot of it is justified, but every week
Correct.
they had their kill meetings, during the Obama administration. And it was Obama who personally took out Osama bin Laden.
Correct.
So fuck all you haters out there. All right. Because none of you Republicans ever did it. Right.
Correct. Yeah, exactly.
And I'm not a Republican or a Democrat. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
But Obama got bin Laden, not Bush or Trump.
And there's a difference between law enforcement and war.
Yeah. But I mean, look, this is where we're going with this. They may come out. Look, Steve, I know I wouldn't be picking the story from MSNBC. I would pick it for a more neutral source.
Mark, I could not find anybody even covering it. That's why I picked that story.
I mean, this is the same channel that said I
was trying to find videos.
I know.
Cover it because I know how some people feel that MSNBC is too woke, but I could not find any videos from other. I did find some from international news sources.
Yeah, maybe that might be a better. I guess my point is that look, if you got to pick one side or the other, I know what side is crazier.
Yeah,
but my point is that. This is all the hype Rachel would do, like I got his tax returns and turned out.
Oh, right, yeah, exactly. No, yeah, exactly.
I'm a little bit. It's not something I watch.
But I'm giving some credit to our viewers that they can see through that fog, and just
No, some of them are just going to see it's MSNBC and they're going to be fucking livid.
Yeah, like Dragnet would say, just the facts,
But I mean, we're not idiots. We don't watch Fox News. I mean, why would you watch a station that got sued for, settled for $740 million? Why would anyone watch?
Yeah, admitting that anybody with two brain cells wouldn't believe what we say anyway. It's just entertainment.
Jesse Waters, because Newsom is suing Jesse Waters for exactly the same thing, and they are. It's going to be interesting to see how that Jesse Waters, just the most unmanly man there is. Small dick syndrome to be sure there. So, but anyway, okay, I'm done. That was it for me. Fugitive.com. Oh yeah, all sorts of
well, let's remind all of our viewers, Mark, that any fugitives or suspects you see on any of our platforms are to be considered innocent unless proven guilty in a court of law.
Except for JD Weasel.
And do not make any attempt to arrest, apprehend, or detain them. If you recognize anybody, have any information on any of these crimes, you can email us at tips@fugitive.com.
I agree with Tony. Everybody's guilty. All right, guys. I guess I could put my website on there, but someone might try to sue me now. I don't know.
And again, we have just expressed our humble opinions.
Yeah. Hey, right. I got a couple good ones here though. So I have I got another case on my website now. This 31 Nash, like a chitty bang bang car up here at the top. This is a story of an old guy who sends his car to a mechanic, pays the mechanic ahead of time about $1,800 to do some work on the car. Mechanic disappears because these projects are, it's going to take me 6 months, take me a year. The mechanic just disappears with the car. And it's been 3 years now. Now the now we're looking for the car, looking for the mechanic, and I've been hired to kind of track that car down. So if you go to stolen911.com, Google stolen 911, you can see stuff like that. The other one is this Dodge Charger here on the website. The second one, this is a guy who has all these classic cars he's been collecting over the years. He's kind of a car dealer type. He hasn't been titling all the cars correctly. He's been holding on to the old titles, not in his name. And now they all get stolen because he's away from his property for weeks at a time and doesn't realize they're gone. And guess what? He can't report them stolen because he didn't fill out the paperwork, because he didn't title the cars in his name. Doesn't want to give Newsom his money, whatever the reason is, right? You got to look, man, there's a reason why a cop's going to show up and go, the car's not your name. You can't make it stolen. But I own it. I bought it 15 years ago. I got the title. Where's the title? Oh, the title was in the car. So the car got stolen with the title in it, in the other person's name from 15 years ago. He's going to have some problems, but we're trying to work some stuff out here. I got stories like that on my website. Got some others on. Check it out. Stolen 911. As a private investigator too, just got involved in some missing person cases, some child custody cases, a lot more we do.
Well, he's going to have fun trying to get a duplicate pink slip from the DMV, huh?
Especially when the car hasn't been in the system for 15 years to begin with.
We should video body cam, watch him explain that to the DMV employee.
Greg, a lot of people just don't think about it, right? If you have that title to a car, you can sign whatever name you want on there and sell the car to somebody, right? Because if you're buying an old car and as long as you got the title to it, and a lot of people aren't going to check to see that your ID matches the person on the title. I had an Oldsmobile just sold that way too. A guy posed as the person's on the title because the guy left the title in the car when they stole it out of storage. Don't leave your titles with your car. Lock them away in a safe somewhere else.
Exactly. Oh yeah, that's you're just
horrible.
You're just asking for problems.
And at this point too, it's not the police that are going to investigate that part. It's going to be the DMV. DMV does a good job. They have investigators to do this stuff. It's just a process to get it going. But I can help you with all that stuff. Stolen 911. All right, Steve-O.
Mark, let me ask you one quick question for our viewers here. Does CHP have a 311 version phone number if you need to call them to file a report that's not an emergency, like something that happened after?
I don't know. I don't think so. No. What you do is you Google, you find your local office, like down in the South Bay here, it'd be the South End, Gilroy, Morgan Hill, would be the Hollister Gilroy office. San Jose, obviously the San Jose office, Hayward office, Redwood City. Okay. You find your local one and you call, you make a number, or there's going to be a public number at every dispatch center. So there's going to be a 707 public number in Vallejo. You can call them and they can dispatch CHP to you or tell you where to go to file your report. Okay. I do know this, so you can start pulling your reports. If you get an accident report, you can once you get that card from the officer, you can then go online with some very specific links that they give you, and you can start now downloading your reports online. So that's pretty cool. But it's got to be your case. It's got to be like, Steve, you're involved in an accident. So the officer is going to give you a card. So it's getting better. You get more automated. I don't think they have like a 311 or anything like that. I always remember just I could be, I've been out of it five years.
Right, so, right.
All right, guys.
Thanks.
Greg, Tony, Frank, Scott. I hope you're enjoying Greece. But Greg, Tony, Frank, we appreciate you guys. Thank you very much.
Alrighty.
Okay, I got to go give some money to a pastor.
Okay.
Bye, everyone. Thank you.
Bye-bye.